brace yourselves for the blockbuster movie of the century. It all kicks off in a Scandinavian school, where Simone, our fearless 16-year-old protagonist, is totally psyched about a presentation. Little does she know that the impending doom is about to crash her little party. Simone's dear old dad, Frederick, swoops in like a superhero, declaring that the world is about to end, courtesy of a delightful rain shower that turns people into instant goner popsicles. Frederick, the genius scientist from the Apollon Corporation, whisks his family away, convinced that salvation lies in avoiding raindrops like their cursed lottery tickets. Of course, we can't have a smooth getaway. Simone's charming brother Rasmus decides he's too cool for a seatbelt, leading to a fender bender that would make even the most patient drivers question their life choices. Frederick, the beacon of problem solving, knows there isn't much time left, so instead of arguing with the drivers, he decides to ditch the car and go full-on survival mode, dragging his family into the woods like they're on a spontaneous camping trip. As if things couldn't get any more bizarre, a mysterious man decides to play detective and tail the family like they're the last Chipotle burritos on Earth. It's like a family picnic, but with the looming threat of deadly rain. Eventually, the Simpsons stumble upon an Apollon bunker. Because every suburban neighborhood has one of those, right? Automated sanitization rituals, fear, and family bonding follow as they huddle together in the bunker like a cast of characters from a low-budget disaster movie. Frederick, with his infinite wisdom, hints that Rasmus is the key to saving the day. But no time for explanations, Simone. Just be a responsible teen and take care of your brother. Easy, right? Frederick bolts out of there faster than you can say plot hole, leaving Simone to ponder life's mysteries while scrolling through a live stream of her friends turning into rain-soaked zombies. The outside world is in chaos, and Simone's family is stuck in their cozy little concrete fortress. The mother tries to ease the tension with some hot cocoa, but let's be real, it's not helping. Suddenly, there's a knock on the bunker door. Surprise, surprise, it's not the pizza delivery guy. It's the same rain-soaked stalker from earlier. The mom knows it's probably Frederick, who can come in on his own. She tells the kids to ignore it, but they're too excited and curious. They quickly go to the door and open it before their mom can stop them. The man snatches Rasmus, the poor kid, and the mother sacrifices herself in a tragic yet predictable twist. Simone, now playing the dual role of big sister and emotional support animal, tries to keep Rasmus's spirits up. Night falls, and everyone decides it's time for a nap, hoping the impending apocalypse will wait until after a good night's sleep. But what's this? Rasmus claims he saw their dear old dad. Simone dismisses it as a dream because clearly, rational thinking is overrated. Together, they stumble upon a control room and uncover the shocking revelation that there are more bunkers around. In a desperate attempt at communication, they hijack the radio and miraculously connect with Philip, the teenage voice from another bunker. Plot twist, he's just a scared kid stuck in his basement. Cue dramatic music and a collective eye roll from the audience. What's next for our intrepid heroes? Hold on to your hazmat suits, folks. Our brave heroes, Simone and Rasmus, are on a roller coaster ride through a post-apocalyptic sitcom. Simone's entire family is probably 6 feet under, and she's left with Rasmus, who's now a testosterone-fueled 17-year-old with the patience of a toddler in a candy store. In a shocking turn of events, Simone decides it's high time to step out of the bunker. Forget safety precautions. She's putting on a hazmat suit like she's gearing up for the most unconventional fashion show of the century. But oh, the trauma. The memories of dear old mom's demise flood back, and Simone embarks on a wild goose chase for her remains, only to find nada. Maybe the animals threw a dinner party and forgot to invite her. Following the breadcrumbs, literally, marks on the ground, Simone stumbles upon a ghost town. Surprise, surprise. The world outside is deader than a zombie in a comedy club. Realization hits Simone like a ton of apocalypse bricks. The past is history, and staying inside the bunker is like hoping your Domino's pizza will arrive in 30 minutes during a zombie invasion. As if the party couldn't get any wilder, a wild dog joins the festivities, and Simone, being the life of the post-apocalyptic soiree, locks herself in a room. Classic move, Simone. The next morning, she spills the beans to Rasmus about her little adventure, and they decide it's time to ditch the underground condo. Spoiler alert. They don't realize the air ducts have transformed into the ultimate party poopers, blocking their oxygen supply. Simone pulls a Sleeping Beauty routine, passing out faster than a contestant on a reality show. But fear not, for Rasmus, the unsung hero, wakes up just in time to drag her out of the bunker. Shockingly, It turns out their near asphyxiation wasn't just a freak accident. A group of survivors played a little prank on the air ducts. The survivors, led by the illustrious Martin, have a brilliant plan: turn Simone and Rasmus into human Happy Meals. However, our dynamic duo has already devoured most of the snack aisle. Martin, realizing his group's culinary dreams are crushed, decides to leave Simone and Rasmus locked in a room to die a slow, oxygen-deprived death. But hold on. Simone, our quick-witted mastermind, pulls a Hail Mary move and tells Martin she's the Google Maps of bunkers. Suddenly, the siblings go from potential menu items to valuable team members. The survivors spill the beans about the global population nosedive. More than 90% are pushing up daisies, and the rest are trading blows for canned beans. Flashback to when Martin was part of the military crew playing border patrol, like the world's weirdest and least effective lifeguards. The Reign of Doom hit, and Martin's job was to shoot anyone trying to cross a bridge. But oh no, he couldn't pull the trigger on a woman with a baby. Surprise, surprise. She turned out to be a walking infection factory, and Martin's fellow soldiers had a one-way ticket to Zombieville. Fast forward to the post-apocalyptic buddy comedy starring Martin and Patrick, a duo more mismatched than peanut butter and pickles. They stumble upon a group led by Beatrice, who's handing out more than just survival tips. In exchange for a spot in the gang, Beatrice and Martin have a mutually beneficial arrangement. Who knew the end of the world would be so transactional? Cut to the present and the gang is on a field trip to the second bunker. Simone's playing tour guide, but trust issues run deeper than a bad sitcom plot. Rasmus and Beatrice have a heart-to-heart, and surprise. Rasmus is still a fan of things like trees and skies, even in the middle of the apocalypse. Enter two armed dudes, the self-proclaimed kidnappers of survivors. Oh joy, just what the gang needed. But wait, there's a girl in distress running toward the forest. Simone, being the moral compass of the group, decides they must play heroes. Beatrice backs her up, and Martin, with all the enthusiasm of a sloth on sedatives, goes along with it. They catch up to the distressed girl, only to find out she's a walking virus dispenser, thanks to a little dip in a contaminated puddle. Martin, being the stand-up guy that he is, decides to end her misery with a bullet. Rasmus and Simone, wide-eyed and shocked, learn that this is just another day in the apocalypse. Night falls, and they shack up in a building, complete with a member named Leah taking a sick day. Rasmus gets the special treat of rocking shoes previously owned by a decaying corpse, because fashion in the apocalypse is all about that just crawled out of the grave look. Simone catches some sleep, but Rasmus, our insomniac hero, stumbles upon Beatrice and Martin engaged in a not-so-private activity. Jealousy hits Rasmus like a sack of bricks because, you know, there's nothing like romantic entanglements in a world where survival is a luxury. Next day, the gang continues their quest to the second bunker, and, oops, Rasmus accidentally steps in water. Cue the dramatic music as Martin pulls out his gun, ready to make Rasmus a zombie piñata. Simone, the voice of reason, intervenes. Lucky for Rasmus, his stylish corpse shoes save the day. Finally, they reach the bunker, and it's a food paradise. Forget Disneyland, this is the happiest place on Earth. But hold on, Simone discovers her father's old phone, complete with a video message about heading to a pollen headquarters in Sweden. Apparently, Daddy Dearest is the key to curing the virus. Oh, grab your popcorn, folks, because the apocalypse just got a whole lot juicier. Simone, our fearless leader, decides to play director and show Martin a video. Not a cat video or a fail compilation, but a serious message about heading to Sweden to find a cure. Martin, however, is not ready to trade his cozy bunker life for a cure-seeking road trip. Security and food in the bunker. Who needs a cure when you've got that? So, with a dramatic flair, Rasmus and Simone decide to ditch the bunker and head off on their quest for the magical cure. Meanwhile, Beatrice wakes up from a beauty nap and discovers the duo's great escape. She bids Martin farewell, like it's a tearful goodbye in a soap opera, and decides to play detective with Leah and Jean to track them down. Martin and his pal Patrick are left behind, stuck in the not-so-glamorous bunker life, and Martin isn't throwing a party about it. Cut to the remaining gang, now the trio of Simone, Rasmus, and Beatrice's posse, hitting the Copenhagen border. They're practically skipping along, enjoying the apocalypse like it's a Sunday picnic. An hour of leisurely stroll later, they decide to rest and chow down. Jean and Leia take a detour to the eyewear store because priorities, right? But, uh-oh. Enter the food burglars, the worst kind of party crashers. Simone gets separated from the gang, like she's playing hide and seek in the Apocalypse Olympics. Lost in the city, she stumbles upon a little boy, the cutest Apocalypse sidekick you ever did see. However, things take a weird turn when the kid starts popping mystery pills for a stomachache. Simone, being the responsible adult, offers him some grub. Cue the entrance of Dad, who sees Simone as a threat. Smart move, Dad. As if Simone's adventures weren't thrilling enough, Rasmus and Beatrice reach Beatrice's old neighborhood. The childhood home turns into a house of horrors with the sight of her deceased parents snuggling on the bed. Rasmus, the ever-supportive sidekick, tries to lighten the mood with a chat. Eventually, Simone reunites with the gang, only for them to face another thug. This time, the villain is not just after Simone's charming company. He's got Rasmus hostage and demands their precious food. Just in the nick of time, enter Martin and Patrick, armed with guns like they're late to the apocalypse party. Plot twist: the thug stabs Rasmus and makes a run for it. Simone, being the problem solver, remembers another bunker nearby. Cue the group pushing Rasmus like they're in a zombie-themed marathon. The bunker, however, is a hot mess, but hey, they manage to save Rasmus. In a bizarre flashback, we get a glimpse of Martin, Beatrice, and the gang on a food hunt. Beatrice, being the drama queen, points at a random house, claiming it's her childhood home. Little does everyone know, she's got more secrets than a superhero's lair. And in our grand finale, Martin unveils a mysterious device they found in the last bunker. A map with a wall that magically appeared post-apocalypse. Martin, ever the detective, thinks the other side of the wall might be the Holy Grail untouched by the virus.